Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this High 5 video. This is the High 5 Superstars that I don't want WWE to part ways with. Now it's that time of year. WrestleMania has been and gone, and always around this time of year, WWE say goodbye to some of their superstars. They have to, because they need to invest in new stars. And not only that, you know, they might feel like they've done everything they can with these people. So let's get straight to it anyway. Right, at number 5, Curtis Axel. I love Curtis Axel. Axel Mania. It was absolutely brilliant the other year when he was on his way down to the Royal Rumble. And then he got jumped. I think it was Eric Rowan that jumped him. And so he never got chance to enter that Royal Rumble match. But that meant he was never eliminated from the Royal Rumble match. And so he used that as part of his gimmick. He was going around saying that he hadn't been eliminated from the Royal Rumble and that he's the longest competitor in Royal Rumble history because he was still in the match like a month later. It was really funny. And then he had the whole Axel Mania and he would come down dressed as Hulk Hogan. And it was great. It was a lot of fun. And not only that, I think the guy can really wrestle, you know, given an opportunity for him to really make a serious name for himself. You've got a pretty good mid-carder there. I don't know why they don't play on the fact that Mr. Perfect was his dad more. You know, they could really build up. I mean, when you look at what they're doing with Jinder at the moment on SmackDown Live, I don't think it's that far of a leap for them to kind of do something similar with Curtis Axel. Because, you know, you could always bring in my dad, you know, always told me I'd be a champion, be the world champion, I'd always achieve what he never did, and I'm going to do that for him, and there's a story there that can be told. He doesn't have to win it, you know, he can just fall a bit short, but who knows, it might, you know, start something, he could then win a secondary title, see how the crowd responds to him, see what his merch sales are like. Build the guy up. The guy's got it. The guy can do it. I don't know if there's any like crazy backstage issues that I'm not aware of. I don't know if he's like failing the wellness policy every day. I don't know. But it's like, yeah, I don't understand why they don't do more with Curtis Axel. At number 4, Bo Dallas. Now, this might surprise some people because I've never been a big Bo Dallas fan, but then equally, I don't think WWE have done anything with Bo Dallas other than bury the guy. You know, coming out the whole Bo leave thing, it didn't work. It's a dead gimmick. Drop it, throw it in the gutter, it's done, right? You need to be playing on the fact that he is the real life brother of Bray Wyatt. You know, Bray Wyatt can have a Wyatt family again, even if it is just his brother. But I just think that would be really cool, having the two of them hanging around with each other. You know, they could tear it up in the tag division for a little bit. Bray could take on like a managing kind of a role for a bit, kind of just manage the career of Bo Dallas, tell Bo that he's going to turn it around for him, and he's going to help him like find his feet, and then Bo can... I just think there's a story to be told. I just think there's much more they could be doing with that Bo Dallas character other than just this silly Bo leave. In fact, I don't even know what he's doing these days. I remember he wore a singlet and he used to carry something down to the ring. Was it a flag? I honestly don't know. It was awful. Whatever it was, awful. At number 3, a bona fide legend, a bona fide Hall of Famer, a man that has been on and off with WWE for over 20 years. I am, of course, talking about Goldust. Goldust, of course, you know, I mean, he's just been stuck in the Golden Truth tag team now for what feels like forever. He's not the greatest worker anymore, you know, he's limited in the ring these days, but he is a Hall of Famer. And I think if they were to allow him to even just competently wrestle, just allow him to go out and do a semi-serious match, then I think he would be a good yardstick, a good test for the competitors coming through. You know, Goldust. You know, think of all the things that Goldust has achieved, all the Intercontinental Championship runs and Tag Team Championship runs. That is a great yardstick for someone like Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger has just hit the main roster and he needs to see if he's ready. Put him in the ring with Goldust and let's see how he can, you know, let's see how he measures up against someone that's been a former champion. Now, I know that Goldust's missing a step these days, you know, he's a little bit slower than he used to be. His character's maybe not as provocative as what it used to be or as controversial, but they can always turn that up a little bit more if they wanted to. I think, though, the best way forward for Goldust is what I just said. Just have him as a semi-competent, in-ring professional that's a yardstick for the talent coming through, you know. Baron Corbin, Kalisto, Ty Dillinger, all of these people competing against Goldust. Some of them winning, some of them falling short to see if they are ready to be on that main roster. So things getting serious now, guys. We're down to the final two. And at number 2, the Colognes. Now, I've gone with the Colognes as their name because I don't even know if that's what their name is at the moment, if I'm being honest. I am, of course, talking about Primo and Epico. Probably better known as the Shining Stars. Before that, they were known as Los Matadores. They've just been given bad gimmick after bad gimmick after bad gimmick. And these two guys, you know, if the chains are off, to quote Curtis Axel, they can wrestle. They can wrestle. They are a great tag team. If there was any way of bringing Carlito back and having him hanging around with those guys, I think you've got a really interesting faction. I think you've got a really interesting dynamic there. I think that the Colognes could be a semi-decent tag team. I wouldn't be against them winning a tag team title at some point, but they would need to be built up better. You know, what is it that they stand for? So we are at number 1, and this guy not only is a legend, but he is already in the Hall of Fame, and he is one of the longest reigning WWE champions in the history of the business. I am talking about Bob Backlund. Now, you might remember Bob Backlund because he was making Darren Young great again. There's an argument that he didn't succeed, but that was only because Darren Young got injured. There was a brilliant moment, I remember, last year when it was Darren Young versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. And I really thought that was the moment they were going to put the belt on Darren Young. We was going to see what Bob Backlund could then do in like building Darren Young up to that main event level. Or certainly see if we could edge it that way. But they didn't. They didn't put the belt on Darren Young. And that was it. It was kind of dead in the water. It didn't go anywhere. It felt as though everything was to build him up to that Intercontinental Championship match. And then it all fell apart. So I don't know what the plan is with Darren Young. I know that he's been injured for quite some time. But I just think there are superstars on the roster right now that would really benefit from having Bob Backlund bring them to the ring. You know, someone like Ty Dillinger, who doesn't really mean that much to the WWE universe that don't watch NXT. I mean, they probably know him as the 10 guy. You know, if Bob Backlund was to come out and kind of, although saying that, I don't even know if Bob Backlund means that much to the WWE universe these days. He's kind of, you know, you've really got to be into wrestling, haven't you, I suppose, to know about Bob Backlund. But I just think that he can still provide some kind of support. He can be a mouthpiece. Certainly brings passion. I just don't think we even scratch the surface as to what Bob Backlund could provide to the WWE product in 2017. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I probably will do a video on the 5 superstars that I would like to see WWE part ways with. I'm going to give that a little bit more thought. But these were the 5 that just jumped to mind that I wouldn't want to see WWE part ways with at the moment, just because I think there's more they can do with them. So Awesome, thanks a lot for watching. If you like the video, then please give it a like. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.